Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Thailand. We've got one more live from here before we head off on yet another adventure. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We will be, or this morning or afternoon, depending on what time you're viewing this. It's nighttime for us. It's actually into Monday now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we're gonna be talking about some unexpected ways of making money while you're traveling full time. But we'll also be taking your questions and just kind of chatting with you like we normally do.
Yeah, it's been a good week. We, if you have questions, you can go ahead and just leave them in the chat. You can. Hello again, everyone that's just streaming in. A lot of you are coming over from the Ground Life Travel live streams. We appreciate you coming over to this one. Carolyn is the first one in, so that's great.
Welcome, Carolyn. And Brown-Eyed Girl.
Yeah, long time no see. It has been a whole 2 minutes. So that was good. Yeah, you guys almost beat me into the chat. I have to get into the chat myself, so sometimes it takes me a minute. And then I've usually forgotten to turn my speakers off, so.
Yeah. Many problems.
Yeah, so many problems. So hello, welcome in. If you have anything you want to talk about, leave it in the chat, of course, and we will try to talk about that. We got some really exciting things that just, today was like, we didn't go anywhere today. I don't know what we had a plan today. Hi Yvette, welcome. Hi Retired 2019. We didn't plan on doing anything today, and then it was a good thing we didn't, because we ended up booking tons of travel. Like, I don't know how that happened, but we bought 4 airplane flights today. 4
flights.
That's like
us on planes.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
So,
and a couple of them to some countries we've never been to, so that's going to be pretty cool. And we got some really cool deals. So we're pretty excited about what we've done.
Yeah,
of course, we're going to be sharing with you guys as we go along, too.
Yeah, so we're going to get to do a couple things that we have been wanting to do. Actually, Alex has been wanting to do for a long time. We've been wanting to try the business class out over here in Asia. And we finally figured out how to get a good deal on it. Like, it's very confusing. It's not like in America where you're like, I'm going to fly on Delta. Let me go to the Delta website. That's not how it works. So it took us like a year to figure it out. We finally did. And so we're like, book everything in one day.
Yeah, and some of these websites are like not in English, or they don't translate easily to English. I mean, I was on one and it was, in Taiwanese, and then I couldn't figure out how you translate, where to switch the language. So we kept hitting all the tabs until we saw the word English. It was quite an adventure.
Yeah. Yes. Flights. Hi, Elizabeth. Flights were booked. So that's going to be exciting to be doing the business class. And we got such a good deal. You got like, I think most of them were 20,000 points for business class, like the lay flat seats.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not super long flights, but it's going to be something.
Yeah, something fun to try.
Something new for us to try.
Mixing things up a little bit this year. We thought this was our year of like trying different things. So we're doing things a little bit differently this year. That's why we've talked about, that we're leaving Airbnb and what we're doing instead. So we're putting that all into full-on practice this year. So if you haven't seen some of those videos, they are here on the channel.
Yeah, we are really putting that into practice soon, because I just counted up like how many nights we have at IHG already booked for the next 6 months, and we have 95 nights at IHG, which is crazy. We never stay that many nights. So yeah, you're gonna be like a diamond, whatever the next level up is.
I think diamond.
Hey, Mom Plus 5. Yeah, I remember you from the
welcome over.
From the last chat. Welcome over. So yeah, we're excited. We've got quite a bit of travel booked, and that's going well so far. So it's gonna be a lot of new stuff for us, and figuring out.
That's right.
all of that. But did want to mention real quick. I haven't seen our daughter on the chat today because there's not a lot of emojis popping up, which she likes to put on there. And she's not here. She's not going to pop out. She's at home. But she did start a new YouTube channel we wanted to tell you about if you want to check it out.
That's right. If you like reading books clubs, if you're doing Reese's book club, she and I are reading the books, every Reese's book club book this year, among others. We like to read a lot, she and I, so she finally decided she would go ahead and start her book YouTube channel. So if you do like to read, she did a whole book haul video. She went to the store here when she was visiting us here in Thailand. We took her to the bookstore here and she went crazy. It was a good thing that she brought an empty suitcase with her. I think she mentions in her video on her channel that I think it was like 30 pounds heavier on the way back than it was on the way here. So she bought a lot of books.
Yeah, the bookstore here is pretty good. If you've never been to Bangkok and you don't know about the mall is phenomenal.
Malls.
The malls are phenomenal, but the one that's right across from us here is like the most insane thing you've ever seen. Like I can't even explain. Like, you could be walking in the mall and there's like a Bentley store, there's like a Ferrari store, they got Ferraris in there you can buy. I'm like, who's buying a Ferrari?
I don't understand.
Yeah, let me just, I'm gonna go, she's like, I'm gonna go shopping at I'm going to the Ferrari store.
Yeah.
So we each get to buy one thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna just go over to H&M, you go to the Bentley store.
Yeah, I did not get the Bentley, but I did walk in the Bentley store. And they're kind of like they kind of like look at you like, could this guy afford a Bentley? And I was wearing just like a t-shirt like this, and I was like, I could totally afford this Bentley. They're like, all right, you can come in. So they kind of like look at you like, am I gonna get up out of my chair and actually ask this guy what he wants? And it's like, yeah. They do though. They're super nice and they're super helpful.
They are very nice.
I always feel like I maybe shouldn't walk in there because I can't drop $1 million on a Bentley. So anyway, Liz was saying there's a great bookstore in Portland. We've never gotten off the train in Portland.
Been to Portland, but not on the train.
But we need to get off there and do that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. We'll have to tell our daughter about that one because she can go up there. She loves bookstores.
That was a pretty big tangent about the mall. So
Yes.
let me get into the topic. That's a great mall.
Let's get back on topic.
Let's get back on topic. If you do have something you want us to talk about instead of malls, you can just let us know. Anything financial, but we're going to talk about ways that people who travel can make money that are easy, and also some ways that you might think people do make money and they probably don't make money, because we've tried some of those too. So the first one that we wanted to talk about that's pretty easy to do if you're doing travel is the Amazon affiliates. And if you have a website, or you have YouTube or anything like that, you can pretty easily do it. But also, if you just have an Instagram or Facebook bio, you can put a link to your Amazon storefront in there. And let me tell you, of all the things that work, that one really does work, because basically a high percentage of people shop on Amazon. And so you don't have to convince someone. Like, if I told you to go to store XYZ and buy this thing, you're going to be like, is that a real store? I don't want to put my credit card into that store. But everyone's already got their credit card on Amazon, and everyone's already buying something on Amazon. So that's probably the best one. That is easy to do. And when you just start telling people what you bought or what you do, you just put your link down there, tell them it's an affiliate link. You got to disclose that. And Amazon will pay you like 4% of the purchase price. The good thing is that it doesn't cost the person buying it anymore. So it's really a win-win. It's kind of like a store pays, like if you walk into a store, like into Best Buy, there's a salesman in there. They're going to tell you what the best computer is. That person's getting paid for helping you. And so when you tell people online, it's the same deal. You're getting 4%. And that's been a really good one for us, like really, really solid. So
Yeah, it's probably like I said, it's one of the easiest ones because you just put the things that you use in there and that you recommend, just make your storefront and put it up somewhere. You don't have to have a website even, like Rob said, you could put it in your bio on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. And easy peasy, you can easily sell things. You can even do it on Pinterest too. A lot of people do it by putting their storefronts on Pinterest.
And so I know people want to know, like, well, how much can you make? So we'll tell you how much you can make, because that's what we're doing on this channel, just being transparent about the money. So we generally make like $300 to $400 a month on Amazon, and some months they give you like a $200 bonus, just randomly. I don't know why they do that, but they do, and we don't really do anything for it other than in the description of our videos we put like a everything we use thing, and it just kind of lists. We just have links to everything we use in that. We don't even like put the links in the video, but just like that one little thing. So if someone wants to, if you have an Instagram and you're traveling and you're using all this different cool stuff, just get an Amazon storefront and put it on there. It actually does work. So let me go over one thing that does not work now, and then we'll get into some other questions. One that does not work is like when you see people, especially like on YouTube, and we've done this on our other channel, like make T-shirts like with their logo and stuff, and put the T-shirt in the links. Nobody buys those. Like literally nobody's ever bought one. Not even one. So I don't even know how much money you would get if somebody bought one, or where even the money would show up. So that's
we don't even know how you would get it if we sold something.
Yeah, it's a complete waste to try to do that. So don't go thinking, oh, I'm gonna start this YouTube channel and put a bunch of T-shirts in the description. That will not work.
No, do not be lured by the people who say that it's easy and that it works. It's not, and it won't.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people like, oh, you can make $20,000 selling T-shirts on. That's not gonna work. So yeah, that's definitely one that we have tried before and it's just not good.
Not gonna work.
So the next one that is good but we've never done is called Trusted House Sitters, and this is basically an easy win for a lot of people, not for us, but for a lot of people, where you can do house sitting for somebody and you can stay at their house for free just for watching their house and usually their pets.
Yes, 9.5 times out of 10 you're really pet sitting. They call it house sitter, but you're really pet sitting. So it just depends. I mean, it's got its plus and minuses. We know quite a few people who do it and it works well for them. There are some, problems here and there, that kind of stuff. So make sure you really look into it before jumping in. But it does work really well for people when they're trying to travel overseas. We've got people who've got free housing in like Paris and Scotland and London, here in Asia, all kinds of places. So it's been really amazing for them. It's not something we'll do just because of quite a few issues, but it does work really well for some people. So if it's something that you think you can do and you're willing to do, then it's definitely one of those things that, it's free housing, so that's free money back in your pocket if you don't have to pay for some place to stay when you're traveling.
And hey, John from Fredericton, he's watching this at 2 times speed to catch up. I need to go back. Our daughter, she watches everything on YouTube at 1.5 times speed. And when she was here, she was watching like even our videos on 1.5, and like to hear yourself talking super fast, like it got me super stressed out because I was like, I don't talk that fast. I talk really slow. And to hear myself talking like that was funny. So
imagine how it made me sound. I sounded like a chipmunk when she was playing her videos because I talk much faster.
So John is from Fredericton, NB. Let's see, NB is That's Canada.
Oh, Canada.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. Got it.
Is that right? New Brunswick? I'm pretty sure it is. I know there's a bunch of people from Canada in here.
That's right.
People talking about hockey. So we did. We can talk about hockey. Red Wings won last night, so we can talk about that. But we could also talk about Michigan football because we won the national championship, and it was a extremely stressful week, day. But we did it. It's over. We did it, and we have watched it 3 times since last Monday. Probably watch it again after this. So. But no, actually tonight now the Lions play. So that's the second thing.
More stress.
2 things could happen for us for the first time in 30 years. So that is quite a day. The Lions play in 7 hours, so we don't know if
Not
they
that
won.
we're counting it down.
We're not.
We'll be asleep.
We'll
when
be
that
asleep,
happens.
unfortunately.
I'll get up while the game is on.
He's saying she heard Michigan won. Are you saying you didn't watch it? We need to fix that. So yeah, it was pretty good. I did want to talk about how we booked all these flights, and I wanted to give you, because I'm going to forget and not tell you, but let me tell you this, and then I'll answer Deborah's question here too. I should stay up till it's going to be 11 in the morning when it's over. Oh man! If they win, I'm going to be mad I didn't stay up.
Don't tempt it. He's going to do it.
I could try to go to bed and wake up early, but that doesn't usually work. Let's get to Deborah's question here first, though, before I do my other.
Okay.
How many subscribers do you need to start earning money? John says we're talking so slowly now that he's caught up.
That's hysterical, John. Deborah,
yeah. How many
Sorry, Deborah.
You guys are funny. You're getting me off track here. How many subscribers do you need? You need 1,000 subscribers. But you also need 4,000 watch hours. So once you have those 2 things, you can apply for the YouTube monetization program. And it doesn't take very long now. It used to take a lot longer, but it doesn't take long to get approved, right?
No, they approve you pretty quickly for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll actually start, once they approve you, you'll turn the ads on. And once
you're good
you
to go.
do that, you'll start earning money right away. And you'll even earn money on the videos that you already published if they get more views after you join the program.
Yeah, you don't get the retroactive for the views they've had for the views from when you're monetized moving forward.
Yeah, so we do have a few videos on the channel here. Usually we do one every month of how much we made that
We're
month.
making on this channel, yeah. And we do have a course that we made on how to start your YouTube channel and have it be successful. And I think there's a link down in the description for it.
Yeah. Lots of suggestions on how I could watch the Lions game. Take a nap a couple of hours. I'm not at that age where I can nap 2 hours.
He did used to do
good.
that kind of stuff in college, if I recall.
I'm at the age where if I try these plans you guys are telling me, my back's going to hurt the next day. So yeah, I wanted to tell you about this this website that I found, because this has really changed our life, because we're doing things that we were unable to do, because we booked, as we said, 4 flights, business class flights. And the problem with business class flights is, like, you don't know where to go to book them, because there's all these airline partners and you don't know which ones belong to which and who you book with who. So there's a website that tells you that, like, if you want to go from here to here, then you need to use these points and book it with this company through this website. So the website is called Points, PointsYeah.com, and it's free. So I just signed up for it the other day, and I was like, let me see how we could go from Manila to Singapore. It's like, that seems easy enough. I figure I would just
Doesn't seem so hard.
check out Singapore. And it was like, this website was telling me, well, if you go to Air Canada, you'll get the best deal on this flight. And I was like, why would I get the best flight deal on Air Canada flying from Manila to Singapore? But sure enough, it was true. So Canadians, you know, you guys are great. Just great prices, friendly people. I love it. Cold weather. So we transferred a bunch of points to Air Canada today, of all places. And then we booked 4 flights in Asia on Air Canada, but it was through the airline Singapore Airlines and EVA Airlines. So it's kind of mind-boggling because you can never like figure that out. How, like, where would you need to go? You're welcome. Brown-eyed girl, she's Canadian. She's saying you're welcome. So yeah, you would never think that if you're booking an Asian flight, it never occurred to me to go look at Air Canada because you'd have to search all 50 airline websites in the world.
Oh, it would take forever to even figure out what the best deal is, and then to figure out that you'd have to transfer to Air Canada and book it through Air Canada, but to get onto one of their partner airlines with EVA or Singapore. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we spent
Very helpful.
We spent today watching YouTube videos of people showing us their seats on Singapore Airlines.
To see what we liked.
See which seat we wanted to get.
We could decide which seat we wanted.
But it was pretty crazy because it was like 20,000 points on Air Canada. And then the great part was, like, you know how they always tack those fees on, like at the end, like taxes. It's like it was all in Canadian. So that was even cheaper.
It was even cheaper because it's less for us.
Yeah, so that was great. So you gotta love Canada.
We made out pretty good.
Yeah, Canada did help us out. So let's talk about another way that we can. Let's see. Oh, Carolyn's asking. Oh, I missed a few here. Sorry. While I was talking about Air Canada.
Real talk.
Real talk. Brown Girl's asking, is your course free for members or can I just pay? It's not free for members of the channel. There is a link. It is a paid course, but yeah, it's not free for members of the channel. Let's see. Carolyn is asking, what credit card did you use to transfer points to Canada? I didn't hear. Oh, we didn't say.
Oh, yeah, we didn't say which one. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, we used Amex.
Amex Platinum.
Amex Platinum points, which is kind of weird because Allie's had the Amex Platinum for a while, so we've had tons of points.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, we've had tons of points on there because we got like 150,000 points when we signed up for it, which is happening right now again. And then you really can't use your Amex points very effectively for hotels. So we're always like in the back of our mind saying, we'll just use these Amex points for flights one day. Well, then it was always so confusing to like figure out, well, where can we even use these Amex points? Because I don't know who I want to transfer them to. I don't know what airline I want to take the flight on. I have to check so many websites to even see what a good price is. So we finally, when we went to that Points Yeah website, it made everything crystal clear. And it said you can transfer Amex points to Air Canada and book Singapore Airlines. It was amazing.
Yep, it was really cool. It was nice because, yeah, like we said earlier, we didn't have to try to figure out, okay, who do I transfer my points to and what airlines should I be booking these flights with? And we wanted some very specific things too, was the other problem. So if we tried to do it on our own, that's why it's taken us this long to use that many points, because it's just been very confusing. But it's been nice to find a way to kind of will collate the information for us and help us figure that out in like seconds.
Yeah, so I don't know that we like recommend the Amex Platinum. What's your thoughts on it? Like it's a really high fee.
It is, and we actually don't use it a ton. But we do get something, we do get our money back for it, but we don't get a ton more on top of that. So we justify keeping it, because we do get our money's worth out of the, I think it's $695, right?
$695.
$695 yearly fee, but we do make all of that money back with all of the benefits that it offers. Plus, we get things like the access to the lounges, but we get that with some of the other cards we have as well. So, unless you think you're gonna get more on top of that, then yeah, if you think you'll get more benefit out of it than the $690 than to cover the fee, but you don't get a lot of good points benefits like earning benefits, so you don't earn a ton. I mean, they gave me 150,000 when I signed up, and I'd only earned another 5,000 because we've been using the other cards so much more. So as you can see, in the year and a half ish that I've had it, I only earned like another 5,000 points on there, which is not much at all. So I am justifying the cost because it's covered by the benefits, but over that, there's really not a lot of benefit to having it. Hopefully that makes sense.
Hernando says he's been buying Starbucks and BMY, which I'm pretty sure is, I didn't look, but I'm pretty sure it's Bristol Myers Squibb, I think. That's pretty sure. Yeah, Bristol Myers Squibb, because we actually own both of those too, Fernando. Yeah, so they're both low. In fact, this is a good lesson because I went into my stock account and I looked at BMY, which is Bristol Myers Squibb, and we had bought it several years ago, and it's doing pretty terrible right now. So I was like, man, this is terrible, and I was tempted to sell it because like I just want to get something better, but you can't sell it when it's doing terrible because it's really undervalued. So it means it's actually the time you should be buying it. But I didn't buy anymore because I don't even want it. So what happened was in 2020, in like March of 2020, when the whole stock market was pretty terrible, I remember we were in Malaysia and we thought up, like, we came up with a list of 20 stocks we were gonna buy, and just like, we're just gonna buy these stocks and we're not gonna worry about it. And so we bought 20 different companies that month because it was just a great time to buy, and BMY was one of them. So we were just like, we're just trying to spread out the risk. And so we've had BMY since then. I don't even know what it's done since then, but like all 19 other stocks have done pretty well. So I'm looking back at the chart here. So in March of 2020, it was like $40, and now it got all the way up to 80, and now it's back down to 50. So basically, it's right where we started. It's done nothing in almost 4 years. So anyway, but I was tempted to sell it because it's been terrible, but we held on to it. Yeah.
And it's just collecting the dividend.
Collecting the dividend, that's what we're doing too. Yeah. And so actually, you're right. We've probably made a profit on it because we've been collecting the dividend for 4 years, but the stock price is pretty much where it was. Mm-hmm. And I missed all this talk about South Carolina Gamecocks. So there was a bunch of talk up here. Oh, it's because KJ was from Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, so
we have a sports crew in here today.
Yeah, so
I like it.
we used to drive through there all the time because we were from Atlanta.
Yeah, driving up to see my parents in Tennessee.
Yeah. The Amex, let's see, what cards do you recommend for infrequent travelers? I usually fly around 3 times a year and ride Amtrak's Northeast Corridor round trip 4 times a year. So we were talking about this today. I think that it's important to have your card be one that will automatically pay for itself as a no-brainer with the annual fee. And so a lot of the airline cards, or like this Amex Platinum one, the fee is, either $99 for the lower ones or $6.95 for the higher ones. And if you don't do a lot of stuff, you're not going to get that money back. Like if we had an airline card, let's say a Delta card, they gave us our points. Well, there's a $99 fee. Well, for that, having that card, you might get a free check bag or something or whatever. But I didn't even fly Delta this year, so I'm paying a $99 fee and literally I didn't use it. Now, if you have a hotel card like Marriott or IHG, you still pay that $99 or $95 fee, but what they're going to give you for free is a free night certificate, which is worth like either 35 or 40,000 points, depending on which one you go with. And those free night certificates are worth over $200 to $250 a piece. And so almost everybody is going to stay in one hotel per year. So you would not let that go to waste. So I think for us, we only try to get cards that it's like a no-brainer that like, I wish I had 5 of those Marriott cards because I could use, 5 free night certificates a year.
Yep.
Pay $99 to get a hotel night worth $250.
Easy.
That's easy.
Pays for itself.
Yeah. Hey Joyce, welcome. Glad you caught us live too. Let's see. Retired says he had the Delta Amex card, free bags and a free companion for annually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's good if you're gonna fly Delta.
Yeah.
But if you're not gonna fly Delta, which,
and we're from Atlanta,
Yeah.
it's just we're not flying in and out of there often enough to warrant getting the card for us personally. But if you are flying Delta a lot, then definitely makes a ton of sense, especially for benefits like that with the free bags and the companion pass annually. That's extremely helpful. That's a good fare, that's being covered there. Get your money's worth for sure. So yeah, it just kind of depends really.
Yeah, because we mostly take the train in the U.S. And so we don't fly a lot. So you really have to look at. It's good you're looking at like what are you doing? What am I gonna be doing? Because that's gonna determine what the best card is.
Yeah.
But almost everybody can use a free hotel night. Because even if you're just flying, you fly into New York or you take a train into New York, you got to get a hotel there. That's going to cost you easy $250. But if you can just use one of those free night certificates, it saves you $150.
Yeah.
So thank you, Yvette. Appreciate that. So she's loving the channel just as much as
thanks, Yvette.
the travel channel. Yeah, we like doing this one just as much. In fact, it's fun because hopefully in the near future we're going to be going to some new places and let you guys kind of see, just come along with us and see where might be some good places to go. We're kind of going to some new off the beaten path places very, very soon, in 13 days, I think, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, David, first time making a live, and go blue. All right, we have so many Michigan fans in here. So,
David wants to be your BFF because he said the magic words, go blue.
Every time someone says go blue, we have to watch the entire game again. So.
Stop saying it. I'm just kidding.
No, we did. We watched the game, and then we watched the game with the Michigan announcers on the radio. And then we almost thought about watching them with the Washington announcers, but we haven't done that yet. But that's what's so cool is that, like, when we started traveling, I thought, oh, that's terrible. We're never going to get to see all the stuff we want to see. But with the way that the apps work on your TVs now, it's another go blue for you. We're going to be up late tonight.
Brown-eyed girl, I thought we were friends.
She acts like she doesn't want to watch the game. She loves it. She liked it the first time. She just doesn't want to watch it again. But
I was good after 2 times.
I was still stressed, even though I knew that.
I'm like, you do know the score at the end, right?
I was like, it doesn't look good, but I know they're gonna win. So
poor Rob.
Anyway, I was afraid we wouldn't be able to watch stuff, but really, it's no problem.
It was a good game, for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good game.
Let's see. Joyce is saying she's not retired in traveling, but she's got the Chase Sapphire Preferred up to 119,000 points. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Those are very valuable because you can transfer those to Hyatt, which is what we often do. And there's a lot of Hyatts in the world that you can get for 3,500 points a night. So, you could get like 35 nights in a Hyatt for all those points, which is like, that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of IG reels too of the game. Yeah, I don't normally watch the opposing announcers. I know I might do it on this one. It's kind of like sad because they're losing and you can feel their heartbreak in the game. She still watches the Leafs Game 7 meltdown. That is great.
Oh my.
Let's see. Panama Pippi is looking for information on making a reservation on Amtrak, traveling from Maine to Washington, D.C. So, yeah, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it on the app. You can do it right on their website, or you can just call in if you have questions, and they'll walk you through it. 1-800-AMTRAK. So from
USA Rail.
USA, yeah. Sorry, 1-800-USA Rail. It's getting late. But from Maine, that was one of our funny stories going to Maine. Allie was trying to get her 50th state. If you've never seen that video, it's on the Ground Life Travel website like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Grounded Life Travel YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob had been to all 50 states and I hadn't, and most of the last, I think, 3 or 4 were kind of in that northeast area, and actually Delaware ended up being my 50th state, which most people, it's North Dakota, but for me it was Delaware. But we rode the train up to Maine so that I could get Maine checked off. Went and had some fun there, gorgeous, which by the way is I definitely want to go back to Maine. And then we rented a car there, and then they gave us some ridiculous upgrade, and we were like, what are we gonna do with it? What was it, like a BMW or something? I was like, why did you give me this car? So we were just zipping around the Northeast. Then we went down to, where did we go? New Hampshire from there?
And Vermont.
And then Vermont, yes. So, yeah, so that was my funny trip. But yeah, we did take the train up to
To
Maine,
answer
which
your,
was the
yeah,
Downeaster.
So to answer your question, it's really difficult to book from Maine because the Downeaster is the train you have to take. But the problem is the Downeaster is the only train in all of Amtrak that is not connected to another train. In other words, you'll take the Downeaster to Boston and then you have to switch stations and get on another train to get to Washington, D.C. So take the Downeaster to Boston, you gotta take a cab or something to switch stations, and then you can take any number of trains like the Acela from Boston to Washington. But that's why it doesn't show up as like one trip, because it is an odd one. It's not connected.
And actually, the first time we did that, we were
messed it
at
up.
the wrong station. So they said, you're not even at the right station for this train. Because we were like, we don't see where the Downeaster is going to be leaving from. We're glad we asked somebody, because they were like, you're not at the right station. You need to go to the other station. We were like, what? I think we were at South Station. We had to go to the North Station. Thankfully, they weren't that far away, and the traffic wasn't so horrible that we were easily able to get a taxi. We had plenty of time. We actually still had another 35 minutes before the train was leaving. So don't make the same mistake that we did and go to the wrong station.
Yeah, that was a fun trip though. It was a lot of fun.
It's kind of beautiful too.
Yeah. We got lobster.
We did eat lobster rolls.
It's fun to kind of like check bucket list items off, or like a list. Like now we're doing the national parks, and I'm doing all the baseball stadiums. I only have 2 to go, which are Cleveland and Minnesota, which is odd because I'm from Michigan, so it seems like those would have already been done.
We've been to both of those places, just not during baseball season, so we didn't get to go to baseball games there.
That is the hard part. National parks, we have a lot more to go.
We've done only about half of them, so we still have 30 something proper, national parks proper.
Yeah.
About 30 something to go.
I'm still laughing about the Game 7 Leafs meltdown. Because that is kind of funny. If you don't, when we spent the winter in Edmonton, we really learned how fanatical the hockey fans are up there, and that was fun.
It was actually really fun.
It means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we we did enjoy that. Next time you go to Maine, come across to NB, which again is New Brunswick. You can get our mead for a new drinking adventure. Oh, wow. So that'll be...
All right, then.
Yeah, we'll have to get a car and drive up over there, I think.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
I've actually been there in college to New Brunswick. You've never been.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I've been all the way out to
You did like a science trip or something in college.
Nova Scotia.
No, it was like, let's tell them. It was like a bird watching trip in college, you guys.
Hey, it was. What happened was it was a biology class, and so I didn't want to take biology, and so I figured out we were like points hacking in college. Like we figured out that if you did 2 of these like summer excursions, you got 2 credit hours per excursion. So if you did 2 of them, you didn't have to take biology in college. So the only one you could do though was like a bird watching trip to Canada from Tennessee in a 15-passenger van. So me and my friend, we didn't know the first thing about birds, but everyone on the trip was very serious about doing the bird watching. So and they gave everybody a book. So we drove all the way up to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, from Tennessee in a van with 15 people in a 15-passenger van. And we did that, and we got 2 credits, and then we had to do it again the next year because we had to get the 4 credits. But sure enough, we didn't have to take biology, so...
I just took biology and suffered.
She just took biology. I think you should have went with the Nova Scotia trip. That was a great time. In your U.S. destination, Jock Stooks says, in your U.S. destination cities, what's your preferred method of travel? How often do you rent cars?
Very rarely. Almost everyone that we visit lives at a station, near a station, Amtrak station that we can get to. So we almost always in the U.S. travel almost exclusively by train. I don't remember the last time we took a plane. Oh, I know what it was. We were flying to Alaska. That was the last time we took a plane, which was, I think, like a year and a half ago. But other than that, we mostly just take trains. We drive a car maybe like once a year for probably no more than like 10 days. So it's very rare. When we go visit my parents, we'll rent a car. We usually leave Chicago seeing our son and drive to my parents because they don't live near an Amtrak station. And then we turn the car in and they don't drive that much, so we just use their car while we're there. And then we rent a car and drive to Rob's parents, who live in Atlanta, and because we can't take the train from my parents, we drive there, turn it in, and then we can drive his parents' car when we get there. So we don't drive the car, we don't rent the cars that much.
So Retired says 20, I missed a couple up here.
Oh.
24 stadiums, 6 to go. That's awesome.
Ooh, yeah. Nice.
And they keep adding them, but if they add one, I don't count that. You just have to bend to one.
You went to the original.
One in the city. I don't have to redo them.
Although quite a few of them you've done both.
Most of them I've done both. The new one too. Some I've done 3. Like in
like Atlanta.
Atlanta, we've done all 3.
We've done all 3.
Brian Girl says, my whole bucket list was one trip. Your channel, I have added my train trip to Churchill. Yeah, the polar bears.
Yes.
Gotta see that.
It's on our list. Maybe we should all go together.
And I'm laughing because there are 3 Leafs and Meltdowns. There really are. It's like a yearly event. David's asking, what do you guys do to convince your spouse to leave everything behind and slow travel around the world? How do I ease her into it? Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, that is actually a really good question. I know you have a laughing face there, but, but it is a good question.
We can ask that a lot in the comments.
People do ask us that a lot.
And surprisingly, it's usually the man trying to talk the woman into going.
I think so.
So what I would do is, I think once you get to a place, you can fall in love with it. So I've been talking about coming to Thailand for years and years and years and years, and I didn't even really know anything about it, but I just saw there was some cool pictures I wanted to take, which I still haven't done, but Allie was kind of more like, I don't know about that. And so we just decided to take a trip. So we went to Hong Kong, we came to Thailand, and like the first night was kind of rough because it was like, it was overwhelming. But then by like day 2, we were both in love with it. And like, there was no talking you into it after that. I had to talk her out
of staying,
out of staying,
out of buying a place and getting a long-term visa. It was definitely slow to start to fall in love with. Those first couple days were rough, only because we made some mistakes.
We were tired.
And we were really tired, and I think we were sick at that point too. This was like 2017 or something like that, 2018. And it just, we did some things wrong coming in, so it's not Thailand's fault. It's just, there was some problems, but it wasn't like overwhelming, and it wasn't something that, you know, you can't fix or whatever. It was actually quite good. And now, of course, we come here, we try to spend a minimum of 2 months, but really we try to shoot for 4 months a year here in Thailand. That's how much we love it.
Yeah, so you could just pick somewhere that maybe they want to go, go there and say, like, you know, we could do this and do it a little different. Like, don't go like out touring every day. If you get there, like, take it slow. You don't have to see everything in one day. And you know, maybe they will like it. All 4 tennis Grand Slams. We haven't been to any of them, but we want to.
Ooh, that would be really cool.
So Joyce asked, if I wanted to use my points from Chase to go to Europe someday, is it better to transfer them to airlines to lower the cost or flight costs, or would you transfer for lower hotel costs? It would. Don't transfer your Chase points to anybody but Hyatt or an airline, because the other hotels, it's not a good redemption, because the hotels, so like for instance, Hilton costs like 40,000 points to get it one night, but Hyatt, you can get one for 3,500 points sometimes. So you're getting, but they're transferring at the same rate. So it's much better to do it to Hyatt. But most people probably in that scenario would transfer it to a airline, but just keep them in Chase until you actually get the deal you want to pull the trigger on. Don't transfer them ahead of time, because you might see a deal on something else. Panama Pippi's trying to talk my partner into traveling worldwide, but he said he is too old.
I doubt that.
I doubt they're too old. No.
We doubt it.
Doubt it.
Show him this clip. We doubt that you are too old.
You can do it. We see people of all ages here.
You will have fun. And you don't even have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go anywhere crazy. Just do a couple of fun trips.
Yeah. John's asking, tourist visa wise, can you do 4 months straight in Thailand? No, you can't. You can do 1 month and then renew.
And then renew that
for 1 more
extension.
month. You can do 2 months.
Then you have to leave.
And you have to leave, and you can come back.
And then come back.
Yep. What are the best trains? Portia's asking, routes from the East Coast, New York to Los Angeles. So you need to take 2 trains. You need to do New York, Chicago, and then Chicago to LA. So Lakeshore Limited, and either the Southwest Chief or the Texas Eagle would be.
We'll take you right to Los Angeles.
Yeah. So Joyce is asking, do you guys have a long-term plan once you're in your elder years to return to the States, or perhaps do you think you'll try to get a long-term place to stay or live? It's a good question.
That's the golden question that a lot of people ask us, so we don't necessarily know the answer.
We don't know. It's definitely possible. Like, we meet people all the time here in Thailand who are just here now. This is where they live, and they're on a retirement visa. They can stay year round. We could get a 10-year visa here, we think. We could qualify for.
Now that we're both 50.
Now that we're both 50. So that's definitely a possibility. We might do that. We might just go back home one day. We just don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, like you guys know, we have 2 kids, and they're 25 and 24, almost 26. Our son's birthday's coming up next month. He'll be 26 then. But you know, someday we'll likely be grandparents, and that may change things. A lot of people say that. Friends that we know that have grandchildren have changed their travel patterns because of that. So there's a very good chance that that's going to change things because we'll want to be involved in their life and all that kind of good stuff. So
yeah, but we love Thailand, and if we were gonna do it, it would probably be here because like it's just it feels amazing. You know, there's really no place like it on earth. And just the people are so. I think what we love about it is the people are so friendly, and we just really enjoy. It's like being in Canada. You know,
it is
but warmer.
Like being in Canada.
It's like Canada but warmer. So you know, it's like we just really like it, and we don't know.
Yeah, there's just so many advantages being here.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Do it all nighter and watch the Lions game. Yeah, we're getting close to that territory. How's the food in Thailand?
Oh, the food is phenomenal. Thai food, let's just talk Thai food for a second. Thai food is unbelievable. It's like any other food, no other food in the world, I should say. It has its own unique, I always tell Rob, I'm like, I can always tell who's cooking Thai food because I can smell their seasoning. Like, I know it's Thai food. Like, oh, this restaurant must be Thai because I can smell it, kind of stuff. But also, like in a big city like we are here in Bangkok, you can get just about anything that you want, from, you know, churrasquerias like the Brazilian steakhouses. You can get pizza. You can get like American fast food if you're here long term, and sometimes you just want like a little taste of home and you want to go to, I don't know, Taco Bell or McDonald's. They have like, there's a billboard like right out across that we see across the highway. It's always advertising Domino's Pizza. They have Pizza Hut. I mean, like all those types of things. But then you get all of the Asian cuisine on top of that. It's so unbelievable. I mean, you're eating Singaporean cuisine, Taiwanese, Japanese, Korean. I mean, you get everything, and like an abundance of it. There's so much good food here. You just have to kind of not eat it all because it is so good.
And we cooked up some amazing steaks this week.
That's also true. Yes, you can also get some really great deals on stuff in the grocery store. I did a grocery haul on the Travel Thailand with Ali channel, and I took a trip to the grocery store here, took the train, went down there, went to the grocery store, and then came back. And, you know, just, they have a lot of imported stuff too, but you can buy local stuff. But the other night we went across to the mall that Rob was talking about earlier with the Bentleys, and they have a Japanese market, grocery store in the basement, not in the basement, the ground floor, you call it. They call it the basement, but it's the ground floor. And we bought A5 Wagyu steaks, and they were unbelievable. Like, we would never be able to buy those in the US because they're ridiculously expensive, but they were so good. They were completely worth it. Yeah, they were more than we would normally pay for steaks here in Thailand, but man, it was totally worth it because that was our first time trying it, because we wouldn't even dream of buying it in the US because it's so expensive. But
yeah, it was amazing.
That was great. You can get special deals like that, which is cool.
It was amazing. Joyce saying she started a YouTube channel under Joyce Rowland. Hey, we'll go check it out after this.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. That's awesome. Jack was asking about travel insurance plans. I think he's talking about like, so I don't think you're talking about health insurance. You're talking about travel insurance. Annual travel insurance plan.
In conjunction with the
US-based travel plan. Yeah, so we do, our health insurance is international, so it covers us in the US and internationally. But the travel insurance plans, you can get them that covers like your whole trip or your whole year. Yeah, you can do that. And a lot of people do that. I don't think it's a bad idea. We do know of some people that have used it, and so just depends on what you're going to be and where you're going to be and how expensive. Brown Eyed Girl's gonna start a hockey channel. Yes, that's what I need in my life. More hockey channels. So that would be awesome. Yes, we will go check yours out, Joyce. Unretired. Yeah, Thailand. If you've never been Thailand, it's Bangkok is the place to be.
It is definitely. I mean, you will. We've been here. I don't know how many times now, 6 times or something like that, and there's still a million things on my to-do list that I haven't done here. And I do stuff, you know, every week. We do all kinds of stuff, but there's so many unique experiences here. It's amazing.
Yeah. That's why I know the international health insurance. Okay, yeah. So we go through IMG Global. Check that out, and you can get it with where it covers you in the U.S. and overseas. So you don't need a separate U.S. policy. But if you're going to be in the U.S. a long time, you might just want to do the conjunction thing, like you said.
With a plan in the U.S.
Yeah. So awesome. Everyone's getting started on these YouTube channels, which is incredible. Like, I didn't even get to one of my last ones about making money. We got so sidetracked.
We ran out of time.
But I will say them really quickly because one of the ways that people make money when they're solo traveling is they save money actually by doing repositioning, not cruises, but like camper vans. And so like if you've ever seen these big Cruise America vans, and this happens in Australia and all over the world really,
The motorhomes.
the motorhomes,
Yep.
the companies will pay you. They're all made in one location. Like they're all made in America. They're all pretty much made in Elkhart, Indiana, I think. But people don't rent them in Indiana, so they have to be driven to like California, and they will let you basically drive them. It used to be almost for free, but now you have to pay a little bit, but way less than you would in Australia. I think it's even cheaper. So if you have time, that's another great way that you can save money, like with the pet sitting thing. You're basically getting your housing for free. So that is awesome. Yeah, it is about time for us to go to bed after we watch the Michigan game. And so just want to say thanks to everyone for being on here. And did I have another one I was supposed to say?
I think that was it.
Yeah, I think that was it. So
so.
awesome.
I think that was all of them.
Everybody go check out everybody's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Check out Alexa's YouTube channel. Her link is in the description. Everybody, you know, YouTube is awesome. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it because it's really been awesome for us. It's a lot of fun. There's no pressure. I remember I can see right now how many people are on this live, and I remember the first live that we did was in March of 2020 from Malaysia, and we were just like sitting there, and we were kind of bored because we couldn't go anywhere in March of 2020, and we're like, let's just get on a live stream and see if anybody's on there, and we did the live stream. I think it was just because our family wanted to see us.
Mostly our family wanted to know that we were okay.
And so it's kind of funny because it's still on our other channel. Like if you scroll all the way back, it's still
back
there.
To March of 2020.
Yeah, it's still there, and it's like it was just, you know, it was a start. So
hang in there.
Yeah. John's asking, do you think your return on the channels is lower since you have your follower count split up on multiple streams? No, it's much higher doing it that way.
Yeah.
It's much higher.
Yeah.
Because
we did think about that, but then we thought, you know what? Let's go for it. And then we have found it to actually be the opposite.
It's definitely higher. You have to be very careful that you don't do like two things on one channel. Like you can't do like camping and fitness, something like that, you know. So it just doesn't work because YouTube doesn't know what people want to watch, and they're going to show the people that want to see the fitness, the camping stuff, and the people that want to see the camping stuff, they're going to show them the fitness stuff, and they're not going to watch it. So it's best to, if you have kind of big splits in your content, keep it separate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we have 6 channels.
That's right.
But they're fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, YouTube's awesome. Go do it if you wanna do it. And what I was getting into that was that the live, even if you don't want to make videos, get on and do a live and just talk to your friends, and it'll grow over time. Because I remember when we did our very first live, there was literally like 2 people on it, and really couldn't have imagined that it would grow into this at that point. So,
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
It's pretty great.
So, all right, everybody have a good day. Go cheer the Lions on, hopefully, and we are going to go to bed.
That's right. It's bedtime for us. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, yep.
Bye.